Welcome back guys, this is Ashwin. In this video we are going to see about list in Python. List is a container that can store values of different data types. You can also consider the list as an array, but the difference between list and array is, in array you can support only one data type, but in list you can support different data types. That means you can store different values like string, float, integers in a single list. And in array you have a fixed size. You have to define the array with the size initially, but in list it is dynamic. If we add more items to the list dynamically grows accordingly. First, let's see an example with the list. So L equals, first it's an integer, second it will be a float, third is a string, and fourth can be a boolean. Now I am going to store these different data types in a single list called L. Okay, let's display it. See, the list holds all the values. Let's see about how the list grows. How the list grows dynamically. This is just a theoretical concept, so it may be useful for you if you are attending some interviews or in MCQ. The list grows in the power of 2, that means 2 power n. So it grows like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, like that it keeps on growing. So basically you don't need to worry about the size of the list. It automatically grows when you add some items or shrinks when you remove some items. And it is very useful in some dynamic applications. Okay, we do not need to run this code. Now let's see how to access the list. Access the list. We can access the list using the index. Let's see. If you want to access the first item, that will be L of 0, that is 1. If you want to access some other like this string item, that will be 0, 1, 2. Let's change it to L of 2. See, we can access that item using the index. If you want to access the item from the reverse means, just type the list and from the reverse which item you want to access. If you want to access the last item means, just use -1. See, the last item is true. Here we are accessing the last item using the negative index. Use negative index to access from reverse. You can also access some other integers like this, -3. See, it accesses the third item from the reverse. Don't confuse it with the starting index and the ending index. If you are accessing from the last, it starts from -1. What if you want to access the items in a range? That will be list slicing. If you want to access, let's display the list here. Okay, if you want to access from the first index to the last index, L, first index and colon. Colon represents the range. So it starts from 1 and it goes till the end of the list. So it starts from 1, it goes till the end of the list. If you want to display up to a hacker only means L, 1 colon. Now the ending index will be 3. Remember, the ending index is always exclusive. So that will be 3. Now it displays the first and the second index. If you want to reverse the array, reverse L, same colon colon, and the last colon part is for the increment option. So if you use -1 means it will print the list in reverse. See, now it prints the list in the reverse order. If you just put +1 means it is the initial list. So let's keep it -1. If you want to update the values in the list, you need to assign the value to the particular index. Let's say if you want to change the last value of the list, that will be L of 3. Now I'm gonna change it to Ashwin, ASWIN. Now let's see the list. Now you change the last value to Ashwin. Now if you want to delete a value from the list, just type del and the index you want to delete. That will be L of 3. And let's see the list. Now the last index is deleted. If you want to delete the entire list, just type del and L. It will delete the entire list. It is basically used to free the memory while using the program. Now let's see some basic operations in list. Basic operations. Now if you want to find the length of the list, just type length of the list variable. It will return the length of the list. Currently the length of the list is 3. Getting the length of the list is constant time only. That will be O of 1. So it will be getting the length in an instant. Now let's leave some space here. Now if you want to concatenate two lists, concatenate, let's create another list called L2 equals 4, 5, true. And I want to store it in a new list. That will be L itself. So L plus L2. Both the lists will be concatenated and stored in L. And let's see the result. Now see, L holds the values 1, 2.0 and hacker, and L2 holds the value 4, 5 and true. Both the lists are concatenated and assigned to the variable L. If you want to repeat some values in the list, repeat certain values. Let's say L2 equals, if you want to fill the list with zeros with the length of 10 means, create a list with zeros and instead of typing it continuously, just use the asterisk symbol and 10. So it just multiplies 0 by 10 and assign to the variable L2. Let's see the result. See, it initialized all the values with 0 with the length of 10. If you want to iterate each values in the list, iterate values from list, you can use a simple for loop. For I in L, just print I. So it will traverse each value from the list and prints it. Let's print it. Now L holds these values and it iterates each value from the list and it prints it. What if you want to iterate two lists? Let's say iterate two or more list. Similarly, for I comma j, for holding two values in zip L comma L2 and print I comma j. Now it iterates each value from both of the list and assign to these variables, and we can just print these variables. Let's run it. Here the list 1 holds these values and the list 2 are initialized with zeros, so it prints zeros at the side. See, it iterates 6 times for the list L2, but it has 10 items. See, the zip function iterates only up to the minimum of both the list. So the minimum is 6, that's why it iterates only 6 times. Okay, let's see some of the methods in list, like list functions. Let's say you want to find the minimum of the list. minimum. Before that we will create a new list. L equals run it. Now if you want to find the minimum, just type min of list. Run it. Now it displays the minimum from the list. Similarly, if you want to find the maximum, just type max of list. Let's run it. Now the maximum is 6. This is for maximum. Let's leave some space. Now if you want to convert a string into a list, let's say temp equals list of, I will initialize a string hackersrealm. Now this is a string I want to convert into a list of characters. Now I am using a list function. It will convert the string into a list of characters. Let's run it. See, it converts the string into a list. Now we can change each item using the list. This is list conversion. If you want to add a new element, add a new element at the end. So if you want to add a new element at the end of the list, just type l dot append. Append usually adds a new element to the end of the list. Let's say we add a number 10 and display the list. Now it adds 10 at the end of the list. If you want to remove element from the end, remove element from the end, just type l dot pop. It means popping the element. Usually pops return a value, so you can store it in a variable or leave it as it is. It won't show any error. Let's print it. Print t comma l. Now the popped element is 10, that is stored in t, and l displays the current list. If you want to extend the list with a new list, extend list, just type l dot extend, and the list you need to extend, that will be temp. Let's display l. Now it extends the list. You can also use l plus temp and store it in l. Both are same only. So extend function just adds the list at the end. If you want to count the number of elements in the list, count l dot count. I want to count the letter A. Run it. Here A appears 2 times in the list. If you want to find the index of the element, find index of element, that will be l dot index. Say I want to find the index of 6. Run it. That is stored in the index of 5. If you want to insert a new element at a certain index, insert new element at certain index, just type l dot insert the index you want to insert, that will be, let's say, 5, and the element you want to insert, that will be 7. Let's run it. Now you can see at the index 5 it inserts 7 and moves the rest of the list. Let's print it in different way. Okay, let's print it here. Print l. See, at the index 5 it inserts 7 and moves the rest of the elements. Now let's leave some space, and if you want to remove an element from the list, remove element, that will be l dot remove. Which element you want to remove? Let's say I want to remove this r element. Let's type r and run it. See, it removes r from the start. If you want to again remove or, just type l.remove or, it will remove the another or also. And next, reversing the list in place. Reversing the list. That will be l.reverse. It reverses the list and store it in the list itself. Let's run it. See, it reverses the entire list. Now the last function will be sorting function. If you want to sort the list in place means l.sort. And let's run it. See, the sort operation, it's not supported because of the integer and the string values. You need to have only string or integer values. Let's sort some other list like temp.sort. Run it. Now display temp. Now the list ordered in alphabetical order, that is the ascending order. If you want to sort it in reverse means, just type reverse equals true and run it. Display it. Now it displays the list in reverse order. So that will be sorting reverse. If you want to sort the list and need to track of the original list itself, you can store it in some other variable like this. T equals sorted of temp. Now we can display both T and temp. Let's run it. Now the temp holds the initial value as it is and the sorted list is stored in T. T holds the list in ascending order. Similarly, you can also use the reverse function in sorted to reverse the values. After that, now we are going to see about list comprehension. List comprehension. Now, if you want to create a list in a single line itself, just type temp equals square brackets is the list, and I want to create a list with zeros. So 0 for I in range of, let's say, 5. Now it iterates the loop for 5 times and initialize the list with 5 zeros. Let's run it. See, it initialized the list with 5 zeros. If you want to initialize the list with a range of numbers means, you can also do that. Just change the 0 to I. So this I value only will be added to the list. Let's run it. See, it starts from 0 and ends with 4. If you want to create a 3x3 matrix, matrix equals a list and another list. This list I have to iterate 3 times for I in range of 3 times. And in the interior, if you want to fill with some values means, you can do that using another for loop. For now, let's print it. Now it initializes an empty 2D matrix. Let's initialize with some values. Copy and paste it. Now I want to initialize with zeros. 0 for j in range of 3. Now the outer loop iterate 1 time. For that outer loop, the inner loop iterates 3 times. And this operation continues for 3 times. Let's run it. Now we have a 3x3 matrix. Let's display it in matrix form. For row in matrix, print asterisk of row. This is a 3x3 matrix. You can also use 2 loops and do some operations there, but if you want to create a matrix with a range of numbers or a certain value means, you can use list comprehension. You can do the operation in a single line. That's the major advantage. Otherwise the time complexity are all the same. Okay, that's it for list. If this video is helpful to you, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel for future videos. See you guys in the next video.